You are 27 years old. You have a wedding to plan, a move to Italy sitting on the table, a whole country that says your name like a prayer. In 6 days, none of it will matter, not because of anything you did wrong, but because of one touch of a ball, a few inches too far to the left. This is your life as the gentleman of Colombian soccer, and this is the goal that should never have cost what it did. You grew up in Medellin in the 1970s. Your city has two reputations. One of them is soccer. The other one, we'll get to. As a boy, you are not like the kids screaming on the street corners. You are calm, polite, almost gentle. You go to a good school. You think about becoming a teacher. And when you step onto a pitch, that quiet turns into something rare. A defender who never panics, never lunges, never raises his voice. While everyone around you plays angry, you play like you have all the time in the world. In a city this loud, being quiet is how you get noticed. They start calling you the gentleman. It is not a nickname you asked for. It's just the truth of how you move through the world. You break into Ashle, T, Ko, Na, Si, O, Na, the pride of the city. And the club is rich, strangely rich. Money pours in from somewhere, and the unwritten rule is that nobody asks where it comes from. Because this is the part of the story no highlight reel shows you. In these years, your city is the most dangerous place on the planet. There is a man whose shadow falls over everything, a man who shares your last name and nothing else. His fortune comes from a white powder shipped north by the ton, an illegal empire run out of the green hills above your home, and that fortune has quietly bought its way into the one thing the whole country loves. The clubs, the transfers, the bets placed on the results. You keep your head down. You are not part of that world. You don't take their side and you don't take their money. You just want to play. And you win. In 1989, your club lifts the biggest trophy in South America, the first Colombian team ever to do it. You are on top of the continent, and you got there clean, with your name and your conscience intact. Then, the national team becomes something the world has never seen. Curls and swagger and joy. Soccer that looks like dancing. And you are the calm spine behind all of it. The one who lets the artist play, because he never loses the ball, never gives it away, never breaks. And then comes the night that changes the temperature of an entire nation. Buenos Aires, 1993. You walk into Argentina's own backyard against one of the greatest teams on earth, and you take them apart. 5 goals to nothing. 5. In their house. A scoreline so impossible that grown men weep in the streets back home, and strangers hug each other like the war's over. The greatest player who ever lived looks at your team and says it out loud. Colombia could win the next World Cup. And you believe him. The whole country believes him. For the first time in your lives, the dream is not a fantasy whisper between friends. It's a plan. A date on a calendar. A trophy you can almost touch. But here's the cruel thing about hope in a place like this. Back home, the men in the shadows have noticed too. And they don't just love your team. They have money on your team. Enormous money. Fortunes riding on every result, placed by people who do not lose gracefully, and who do not believe the word unlucky. So before you ever board the plane, the meaning of the tournament changes. The threats begin. A teammate is quietly warned that he must not step on the field, and just like that, he is left out of the squad, and nobody explains why. Pages start arriving at the team hotel in the middle of the night. Names, mornings, instructions about who should play and who should not. Your coach stops sleeping. You can see it in his face on the training ground, a man being squeezed by something he cannot say out loud. You tell yourself it's noise. You tell yourself you only have to do what you've always done your whole life. Play calm, play clean, win, and let all of it disappear. The World Cup, 1994, the United States. You arrive as one of the favorites on the entire planet, and the weight of that sits on your chest like a hand pressing down, and almost immediately it starts to go wrong. The first game slips away from you, tight, tense, nervous, a team playing scared instead of free. You lose a match you were never supposed to lose. And suddenly, the second game is not a game anymore. It is everything. Win, and you survive. Lose, and the dream that lifted a whole grieving country dies before it ever really began. You take the field knowing exactly what is on the table. The trophy. The pride of millions. And somewhere far away, in rooms you will never see, the money of men you have never met and never wanted to meet. Then the ball is whipped low and fast across your box. There is a runner behind you. And your entire life as a defender comes down to a single instinct. Get there first, cut it out, never let the danger reach the man at your back. So you stretch. The same stretch that has saved you 10,000 times. The most natural movement your body has ever made. Pure reflex? Pure habit? The ball kisses your boot, and it rolls the wrong way. past your own keeper, into your own net. For one long second, the whole stadium goes silent, and so do you. You lie there on the grass, and you do not need to look up at the scoreboard. You already know. You have just scored for the other team in the biggest match of your life. And somewhere, in a room you'll never enter, someone is already doing the math on exactly what your mistake just cost them. Your team loses. Eliminated. First round. Out. The dream that took years to build and a whole country to believe in is gone in the time it takes a ball to roll a few feet across wet grass. You fly home to a place that, for 1 week, has forgotten how to love you. Your friends tell you the truth, gently, the way friends do. Stay away, lie low, leave the city for a while, let the anger cool, let people forget. But you are the gentleman. You did nothing wrong. You made a mistake in a game, the kind 1,000 defenders make every single weekend without a second thought. Why should you hide? Why should you be afraid in your own home, in your own city, among your own people? So you do something brave and something heartbreaking at the very same time. You pick up a pen and you write to your country, a column in the newspaper, and it is not bitter, it is not angry, it is kind. You write that life does not end here, that this is only one difficult chapter, that everyone has to pick themselves back up, that you'll see them all again very soon. And then you go out into your own city, to laugh, to be seen, to look people in the eye, to prove to everyone watching that you are not running and you are not ashamed. A parking lot. Late at night. An argument you did not start with men who lost a fortune the moment that ball rolled the wrong way. And as the worst moment of your life arrives, they do something almost too cruel to put into words. They shout one word at you, over and over. The same single word. The whole stadium should have been screaming in joy on the best night of your life. Goal. Goal. And the lights of the city you love blur and go quiet. 6 days. That is all it was. 6 days between the touch of a ball and the end of everything you were ever going to be. But here is what no one expects. The country that turned on you for a week pours into the streets to say goodbye. More than 120,000 people, more than any stadium you ever played in, could hold. The gentleman who did one small thing wrong becomes something far bigger than a defender, far bigger than a result. You become a symbol of everything beautiful about this game and everything that can quietly rot it from the inside when nobody is brave enough to look. And slowly, your country begins to change. The shadows that bought their way into the sport you loved start, finally, to be pushed back out. It cost them you for that to even begin. So here is the question worth sitting with after the screen goes dark. You were calm. You were kind. You did one completely ordinary thing wrong in a game that was only ever supposed to be a game. Was it really your mistake that ended it all? Or were you always just a number on someone else's bet, long before you ever stretched out your leg?